Now I'm curious. bpExperts is German. How do you feel about the German working culture? Was it what you expected before, or were there any surprises?
So, when I joined, I think it was after few months, really just a few months, one of our partners told me like, Veronika, you're so German. So, so the working culture Czech compared to German, at least what
Mhm.
I experienced working in the Czech market, is very similar.
Hello, Veronica. How are you?
Hi, Jette. Good. What about you? How are you doing?
Good as well. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. It's all about getting to know the awesome people that work at bpExperts and how the experience has been and how it is to work in such an international and remote environment as well. So maybe if you wouldn't mind, could you introduce yourself very briefly?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone, my name is Veronika Hein. I have been working with BPA experts for about 2.5 years, I believe now. I work as a senior consultant, and yeah, in my work, I work on different kinds of projects, usually business transformation projects, where I support our clients not only with process documentation, the business process management, but also with business readiness topics like change management training, testing, and so on.
Okay, wow. You already gave a good introduction in your work at bpExperts. That's awesome. What do you most enjoy about your role?
I would say that every day is different. It's like really, you never know what will come, what kind of project, what kind of assignment, even a small task. And it's really never the same because in the past, I had quite a problem with more like stereotypical days at my work and I got bored a bit. I definitely cannot say I'm bored at VP experts because it's always really different experience, and that's what I love about it because you never stop learning. That's like you need to really learn on everyday basis, and that's what keeps me satisfied, that I still improve myself, try to grow, and so on.
Yeah. Was there any project that like stuck out to you? Like any favorite projects that you've been working on or that had like a impact on you?
Yeah, I would definitely say there was one. It was, I think, like the most um challenging project, at the
Mhm.
same time the most interesting one, and also like the project I've been for the longest time, which was about more than a year long project, and I had to learn a lot during that time. And it was about two companies merging together, and we did a lot of change management topics, a lot of business process management topics. I worked with colleagues from the client side, from all around the world. I was working with people from Asia Pacific, from Europe, from the US. So that was very interesting to also see how different cultures interact together, and also how
Mhm.
they work, how they perceive different challenges that definitely come when you have such transformation projects. Yeah, it was challenging on one hand, but on the other hand, it was very interesting.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with different cultures. And that brings me to the next part because at BP Expert, we're also super international. We have, I would say, I think half of our colleagues are not from Germany, actually. So, how has that been? Like, how do you feel like working in this international environment has influenced your work and your working style?
Yeah, I would say definitely. Also, myself, I'm not from Germany.
Okay.
I'm from the Czech Republic, so it's also already an international experience for me. However, I would say, I don't know. I feel it's normal now. I can't
Mhm.
say I would think about every day like talking to different people, to different colleagues. It's just kind of normal. It's like international environment. I really enjoy it. Of course, now with being here for more than 2 years, I can say I know to some degree already, the good level of good degree. I know how people react, what are their working styles, and so on. So that's very good already. But it's different, and the difference, and also the learning about people, about different cultures, how people think, is what is actually already interesting to me. So being in the international environment has been actually very important for me also. When I was looking for a job those more than 2 years ago, this was
Mm.
something that I wanted to do, and I really liked that already during my studies. When I traveled abroad, I really enjoyed being with people from different countries. So yeah, I really enjoyed.
Now I'm curious, bpExperts is German. How do you feel about the German working culture? Was it what you expected before, or were there any surprises?
So, when I joined, I think it was after few months, really just a few months, one of our partners told me like, Veronika, you're so German. so So the working culture, Czech compared to German, at least what
Mhm.
I experienced working in the Czech market, is very similar. We are
Okay.
also very like trying to be functional. I love
Mhm.
being organized. I need some system. I
Mhm.
love trying to organize chaos. That's what I really enjoy. So this is what I feel is similar to the German working style, and I really like it. I think it's natural to me. I don't know if it's because of
Yeah.
my personality or because of my experience and how I also worked in the Czech Republic. But it's ah, as it was mentioned, I was so German in this case. I hope it wasn't just some bias, but yeah, that's how it was.
No, that is great for sure. And also at bpExperts, we all work remotely. Was this a big change to you, or what are some challenges that you have encountered?
Yeah, so actually it was again something
Mhm.
I wanted because already so during COVID I was finalizing my university and already a lot of things were online, and at that time I actually started my previous job, and I started the job week before COVID. So then the next 2
Yeah.
years were fully online. So I kind of got used to it at that time, and since location for me, and this is also one of the biggest advantages why I love working for bpExperts, is that I can work remotely because, you know, I love village. I live in a village. I love small surroundings, being around nature, not living in huge cities like on the daily basis. Then it is actually difficult for me. It would be difficult for me to find a good work, something like bpExperts, if I was supposed to work locally, because of course it wouldn't be that easy.
Mhm.
But what bpExperts really offers is that even for myself, like a village girl, to work for such a great company with a lot of people from around and
Mhm.
clients and interesting projects from all around the world. So again, I love that we have company days. That's basically that
Mhm.
we meet every quarter together. So we have the time to really chat about how we have been doing. You can hug people. So you have this physical contact, and
Mhm.
that definitely helps also with the day to day operations, how we talk together. We usually have the
Mhm.
cameras on. So it feels like you're here with me or I'm there with you. So I
Yeah, that
don't
is
have
very true.
any like issues that I
Mhm.
would feel like, oh my God, I'm just so isolated here in my room, sitting in the office. No, it feels like we're together. So that's all.
Yeah,
It's fine with me.
that is very true. I have a question because we're working completely from home, right? How do you
Mhm.
differentiate like work life and then after work, personal life? Because that can be quite a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, it can be. Definitely it was. Or
Mhm.
like it is, especially when working on projects, as I mentioned, this very international project. There it was very difficult to balance it because, with when I was working with people from Asia Pacific, I had to wake up usually a little bit earlier because the meetings usually started around 7 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And then when we work with the US, the time difference is very crucial here. But then, of course, I mean, I have a strict way how to do it is just basically you close your work stuff and you just try to be there at home,
Mm.
do your daily routines that you have at home, and really unless something is very very urgent, of course it's always good to ask, right? If something seems to be urgent, I definitely ask like, okay, is it something I need to do really urgently today, or if it's something it can wait? Usually it can wait. So like, of course there are some
Oh.
exceptions that I
Mhm.
violate my privacy, but I'm really trying to keep the work life balance. Of course it's still somehow connected, especially with the
Mhm.
location, but I'm
Mhm.
really trying to be strict in this. And if it allows, of course, the project allow it, then I just keep it separate.
Of course, yeah. Like staying organized is also quite a challenge, staying remote because it's tempting, right? To like
Yeah,
move away for a bit, do the laundry. Like, how have you maneuvered that kind of things?
yeah. I think women, and like, no, no, I just don't want to say women, but we are good at multitasking, right? So sometimes, of course, if there is the
Mhm.
time, but then I think it's all right to just do your laundry. But most of the times actually there is no time to do anything because our
Yes.
days are so packed that
Mhm.
I'm even glad that I have time to get myself a coffee or something. So on the other hand, I find myself actually being more productive when I'm working from home because I don't
Okay.
have this like, distraction like doing laundry. This is like 5 minute thing. But distractions
Mhm.
like if we were just working together, we would have
Mhm.
discussed something, we would have talk, some small talk. How are you doing? What is
Yeah,
new? So that's
of
already,
course.
I think, a little bit more time consuming than
Mhm.
doing laundry, which is like 5 minute thing. But as I mentioned, usually our calendars are so busy that you don't even have time for that. So yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely organization
Mhm.
and time management skills are very, very important, especially
Yeah.
working from home because usually, of course, it's good. People can see my calendar, so they know when I'm available, when I'm
Mhm.
not. Definitely, there is a lot of things like, sometimes I really need to shift the meeting from this day to that day, from that time to
Mhm.
that time because of some other urgencies. But this is something that actually comes with the nature of our work. We just have to be good at these things because otherwise I don't work.
That is very true. And maybe looking back at your journey at BP Experts, what is it that makes this company, the BP Experts family, special to you?
Yeah, I think for me, definitely it's the variety of people.
Mhm.
Everyone comes from very different background. I don't think I can say we have two people with the same background. We really have everyone is coming
Yeah.
from really different parts of the world,
Mhm.
different families, different cultures, but also different educational and
Mhm.
also work experience. So this is what at least for me is the most interesting. I love the
Mhm.
people I work with. I already know what I can expect somehow.
Mhm.
We learn together, we grow together because definitely every time we reach some challenge, we are trying to think about it together. And this is
Mhm.
something that the teamwork I find the most important and at least also most unique to me. That in the team I know we can always solve something. That's something that is some sort of like certainty in the uncertainty we have around ourselves is that even if we don't know how to do something, we will
Mhm.
figure it out. And I know I can count on the people with whom I will figure it out. So that's, I think, what makes it most unique to me.
Yeah, that is true. And even though we're all so far apart in different countries, we
Yeah,
all come together and it really does feel like we see each other more frequently
exactly.
than just once every
Yeah, yeah,
quarter. Yeah, that is true. But Veronika, thank
definitely.
you so much for sharing your experience working at BP Experts with us. There were many great insights.
Thank you
And
for inviting me. That was
of
really great.
course, yes. So have a great day and talk to you very soon.
Yeah. Thank
Bye.
you. See you. Bye.